My number 3 favorite great new thing in Painter 12 is the wonderful new media organizational system. And to demonstrate this, I'm going to show you how I incorporated a custom pattern and also a custom paper into the background of this image. And in the process, using this wonderful new system, I was able to easily create new libraries of media, in this case patterns and papers, and then move the individual papers and patterns around into different libraries, access different library contents, etc. You're going to love this new system. So let's dive in and I'll show you how it works. Here is the samples of Kathleen's jewelry. So all I'm going to do is go to the tools panel here on the left, and we're going to pick up a rectangular selection. I'm going to take it over the jewelry design, which I think will work lovely as a pattern. And I'm now going to fish up the patterns panel. So what used to be called palettes, we're now referring to as panels. And what I've done is I've programmed my Wacom Intuos 4 tablet. So it has what's called a radial menu. And in the radial menu, I have a number of different panels that I can call upon at any time. So in this case, we're going to save this as a pattern. So I'm going to call upon the patterns palette. And there you see it in the top right. And I'm going to go to the menu that pops up here. And go capture pattern. This is a pattern that I might want to reuse and I might want to save with the project. So this is where we enter the next favorite thing, new thing in Painter 12, and that is the wonderful way that they've completely reorganized in a much more efficient way the library organization of art materials such as patterns. So let's fish out the pattern library palette, and I'm going to use my radial menu again for pattern library. There it is. Click. By the way, in case you're wondering, well, I haven't set my Wacom tablet, and where do I get these windows from or panels? Then the answer is very simple. To get the art materials panels like patterns, you go to media control panels, and there you go. You see, you can turn them on and off. So I just took away the patterns, now I bring them back again. And the same thing for the libraries, although they're in a separate pop-up menu. I go to Window, and there you see we have Media Library panels, and all the different art material libraries are there. So let's go back and talk about how we can now save this pattern in a custom library, which we can save in our project folder. So what we have here is actually a very, very versatile system in which we can look at the content of multiple libraries simultaneously. This is really, really fantastic when you're working with lots of different projects and have, for instance, lots of different patterns and textures, etc. In this case, you can see already made a pattern library, but we'll just make another one so you can see how easy it is. So all I do is I go to the pop-up menu at the top right corner, and I go down to New Pattern Library, and I give it a name. So I'll call this Meili Patterns. And I always say one just in case I end up filling it up and making another one. We have a new patterns library called Meili's Leaves. And if I want, I can export this library, export pattern library, Meili's patterns 1. So what I've done is created a folder in my project folder for custom libraries, and that's where I can save this pattern library. And we can also save and export paper libraries, gradient libraries, nozzles, looks, and weave libraries. In fact, what you're seeing on the screen at the moment is an example with this same project where I took Kathleen's logo and saved it as a custom paper texture. And I applied this custom paper texture in the image using a grainy brush, in this case a square chalk. I also then save the custom paper textures into custom libraries and exported them into my project folder, just as you saw me do for the patterns. So in this way, you can see how powerful and easy to use the new media organizational system is in Painter 12.